Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. Today I will be teaching the top 15 of most useful tricks that helped me get to where I'm at today. Alright, so number one we have using the Obelisk, which are the red, green, blue, and fuck it, I forget the other color. The big ass, basically big stone pillars in the sky. They help you navigate like where you're at. So let's say I'm in South Zone. You're gonna be closest to the green obelisk, and I'll get you a better look at that. Just trying to get on my way. Alright, so here we have the green obelisk. The red, I think, is to the left of me. Yeah, the red's over that way. And then you have the blue in the north. So, I mean, basically it helps you find your base. I know that helps me find my base just about every time. So that's pretty helpful, especially if you're new to the game. Number two, we have the color dye glitch. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. It's not really a tip, it's just something that uses a lot less of your time, where you could be using that time to be building or killing other players. So I'll show you this actually, I'll demonstrate. Cooking pot. Let's see. Okay. And yes, exactly what I wanted to happen. Piece of shit. You know what? Come here. Yeah, now you're mine. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, let's get back to it. No, cooking pot. Okay, there it is. So assuming I need to learn campfire. Yo, tell me below how you guys feel about the new update. I'm not too sure how I feel about it, so. I just think it takes a lot more time. Okay. I'm getting tired of this. Okay. Alright guys, so here I'm gonna show you. Alright, we need wood, stone, and flint. See if that's enough. Oh man, I'm tired. Stone. Okay. So we need about 75 stone. Let's just go around picking it up. By the way, always use the beaches if you're like new to the game and you need stone. Because I know you may try to hit rocks with your fist. It's not going to work. So just try and pick them up off the beach. South Zone is also the best place to spawn when new. So don't go spawning in the north. Because there's a lot of deadly shit out there like dire wolves, for example. Alright. And do not, whatever you do. I know like when I first joined the game, I was like, yeah, dude, this is a big ass creature. Let's go mess with it. Do not touch this. Like, people will say, hit these. And another thing that makes you a noob, or lets people look down on you as a noob, is naming your character Bob, or keeping it as Joe, or some stupid. Don't do that. Because it just makes people not want to let you in their tribe, or just troll you. So, try and avoid that. But let me craft that cooking pot, so I can show you. Oh, now I need to craft dye. So much work. Okay. I'll do it for you guys. If I can find the water skin. Alright, so I know I need hide. Let's go for this. Alright, I think you just need hide and fiber, so I think I'm straight. that down. Let's see. Alright, and then I think you need about 50 of 2 different berries. Yeah, guys, this basically just, it saves so much time. I can't remember the last time I made a piece of dye. Like, I've never made dye. And hopefully this shit does not get patched, so don't really share this with people. Keep it to yourself. Because I know a lot of the people I'm around don't really know this, so. I think it needs to add some fiber too, I'm not sure. Yeah, some shit like that. Alright. And now you... Okay. Okay. So basically what you want to do is take the coloring, apply it to the shirt. And since we're using Magneto coloring, alright, so I'm going to show you what not to do first. Alright, so let's say I want, what, pink shirt. Okay. Dye item. Now I had 5 to begin with. Whoa, what? It's not using it? Okay, that's weird. Alright, well, I don't know why it's saying I have 5 left. Well, basically what you want to do is apply it to the t-shirt. And then say, so if you have red dye, you can dye it red without having to use the red dye. It also works with any other color, apparently including that color for some reason. I don't know if the update like fixed it to where you don't have to keep using dye, or yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But this is basically what you do. You can use any color. Me personally, I'm gonna have to go with black. Like t-shirt. Maybe some blue on the arms. Some blue there. Some blue there. And there you have it. Now let's move on to tip number 3. Alright, so tip number 3 is never merge with another tribe. Like, let's say you're just starting out and they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you free tames if you just merge with us. We'll become a lot stronger. We'll rule the server. Do not do that shit. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to take your stuff, unclaim your tames, and then move to a different server. So just try not to trust people. Like, do not ever trust people in Ark. That's my number 1 tip. Alright, number 4. Use a pick to get meat instead of a hatchet to get hide. Just look. Alright, so I'll get about 34. Let's see if I use a hatchet. Okay, there's something running up on me. It also seems to get meat from scorpions too, and the hatchet gets chitin. So keep that in mind. Alright, let's learn the hatchet. Now let's go check out the parasaur. See, you get so much more hide than meat. But yeah, that's my number 1. That's also like, it's not number 1, but it has to be up there. Because that's something you must know to be good at the game. Alright, tip number 5 is organizing your tools. So let's say like Basically, like, if you always keep your pick in tool slot number 1, the hotspot, you just, like, for me, I keep my spyglass in LB and X. I keep my pick in the first, hatchet in the second, and then pike in the third or fourth. Now, this just, like, makes you more used to it, and, like, it becomes second nature after a while. So, like, you don't just have to flip through looking for what you want. And that comes in handy in, like, a battle. Let's say you get snuck up on by, like, a raptor or some shit. You try to pull out your sword, you pull out a spyglass. It's not worth it. So just try and keep your tools organized, I guess. Alright, number 6. If you're being chased by, like, a predator, and let's say you're running out of, like, stamina, what you can do is... I don't keep the stem berries in that slot. What you can do is equip some stem berries. So, like, me, of course, I have a lot of stamina because this is my hosted server. But, like, if an animal were to attack you, I'll go to this wreck, see what he does. If an animal were to attack you, okay, so like this of course, okay. So like you're gonna be running out of stamina, you can eat some stem berries, and you'll be able to move a lot longer than the person you're being chased by, or the animal. And he's stuck, but you get the point. But keep in mind, the stem berries do dry you out, so you're gonna need to drink lots of water after. You're gonna have to drink water. I don't even think mine went down. Yeah, I got it to where mine doesn't. Alright. Tip number 7 is always wear clothing. Like, once again, I'm on a hosted server. I'm not on official right now. But if I was, I always keep a set of flak, fur, or a backup armor on me. Because you never know what's going to happen. So, like, let's say you start getting cold. You're gonna freeze to death, which makes you more hungry. And it's just going to go downhill from there. Or it can go the other way and you can be super warm. So just try and avoid it altogether. Alright, tip number 8 is craft torches and stone walls and stone structures, or thatch. It works too, to level up at the beginning. This really does work, and I usually seem to catch about 30 to 40 levels on official every time I join a server because I do the building. Tip number 9. A couple of the most efficient and new game tames would be the trike, which you see here, the parasaur, and the dillo. Not this. Do not try and tame this. Like, that's a bad idea. Neither of those. Do not go for that. And a dillo, which is the thing that spits acid. And you can tame stuff. Again, this is for beginners as well. So to tame something, I know a lot of people get this question a lot. To tame something, you have to either club it, use a slingshot, which works better at a low level, or use a bow or a crossbow or a long neck. And a long neck's more towards like your middle type gameplay. But starting out, the bow's not bad. And you make trank arrows by being level 25. And then learning trank arrow, and then I think it takes a narcotic and a stone arrow. And a slingshot, you just need rocks in your inventory, and you can knock out what you're trying to get pretty quick. So that always works best. If you wanna if you're like, let's say you're like slingshotting a trike or something, if you wanna like move it in between like two trees, these obviously look too far apart. But like if you wanna get it stuck, it works better. And you'll notice the animal is about to pass out when it starts to run from you, meaning it's very high on torpor. Alright, tip number 10. Pick fiber and berries as you move along. Don't sit there and stop. Like, just pick berries, like, so you don't ever have to, like, when you'll be hungry, you already have a stack on you. Or fiber too, it always helps when building. So, like, just run so you don't ever have to go back and just say, oh wait, I'm in a battle. just pick some berries. No, just keep running and just make it like a second nature to where you just do it naturally. Okay. I'm gonna get away from that. Alright, tip number 11. Hold on, let me get further away. Alright, tip number 11 is if you're trying to make narcotics but have no spoiled meat, then split them into separate stacks of 1. Because you can make hundreds of spoiled meat in the time it takes to make 1 if you just sit there and split them. It takes about, what, maybe 5 minutes, I guess. And you'll have about as many as you want, actually. As many as your inventory can hold. And it just works better, and I think you'll really appreciate the time it saves. Tip number 12. If you're on PvP, I know there's a lot of trolls. We've all been trolls ourselves, I'm sure. But if you're new, it can be like very like stressful, and it can piss you off. Is if someone keeps raiding your base. Like, you can literally break a thatched base with a stone pick in less than a minute, guys. So never, see, look at that. Never have your base made out of thatch. You want to move up to wood or stone as soon as possible. You don't want to be one of those people who gets wiped in like 30 seconds. It's just not good. In wood, it takes longer, and maybe you'll have a chance to like fight back or like try to negate the attack or something. But stone is the best way to go, or metal. Alright, tip number 12. Upgrade your base. Wait, no, tip number 13. To easily tame a creature, I like to build taming pens. I find them pretty useful, whether it's in the redwoods or just out here on the island. If you want to like make a stone box like 6 by 6, about 3 high, maybe 4, depending on what you're trying to travel. If you want a Spino, it's gonna have to be 4 high. If you want a Rex, 3 high is fine. Carno, 3 high is fine. Basically, what you want to do is place about 6 ramps on the side, and then 2 on each, like 1 on each side, and then go down. Make sure it's connected into the ground so they can actually run up it. And then you just want to trap them in there, and then you can either build like above a little bit and make a little ceiling so you can shoot at them from above, or just keep the door open and just shoot at them from there. But I find the ceiling to work more efficient. Alright, tip number 14. Gather more supplies than needed always. Like, let's say it takes 50 tranks to knock out a terror bird. Alright, so you're going to want to take like 60 to 65. The thing is, you never know. Like, you could accidentally slip up and it could regain torpor, or like you could be attacked by something else. You could die. Always bring sleeping bags too and place those before you go caving, especially. Like, you don't realize, like, Ark, there's so many things wrong because the game's still in testing. So like, you could lag out at any given second, and then you're stuck shooting at a creature with your tame next to you. Now that's just gonna go bad. So what you want to do is always have a backup plan. Always bring more and prepare. It's better to bring another tri-mate as well. You'll see once you get in a situation like that. Alright, tip number 15, the last tip of the day. Alright, so, you know, it's very annoying having to make cooked meat, and you might need cooked meat or berries at the start. But I mean, if you're halfway, like if you've been playing the game a while, maybe like level 30-ish, 40-ish, you're gonna get tired of having to cook cooked meat. I know I did. So basically what you want to do, beaver dams spawn in South Zone and a lot of other places on the center, like the redwoods. You want to loot those beaver dams, take the CP, take the pearls, but most importantly, get the rare mushrooms, because you only need about 4 to fully feed you, and they never spoil, and your food lasts a long time while eating those. So be sure to pick those up. Don't just like say, oh yeah, rare mushrooms, I don't need to tame a kangaroo. No, you want to take those and gather them for yourself. So yeah guys, that's some tips that got me to where I'm at. I am alpha on a few servers, player dedicated, but if you want to play with me or join the server, be sure to message my gamer tag, Dawson23. Yeah, guys, but that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more. And tell me if you have any questions too. I'm always down to help noobs or just people starting the game who aren't so sure about a question, because I get asked a lot. So be sure to just drop it in the comments below. And thanks for watching the video. Peace.